Welcome back to another explainer, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because we are tackling a topic that literally affects millions of us every single day. Yet, it's something we almost never think about until it is way too late. Today, we're setting the stage for a focused, step-by-step guide on navigating the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission online. We're going to decode the whole bureaucratic maze for you and really empower you to take complete control of your driving credentials. So let me just start right off the bat with a question. Do you actually know your driver's license status right this very second? And I don't mean, do you have a physical plastic card sitting in your wallet? I mean, if a police officer pulled you over this exact second, are you 100% positive your driving privileges are active and valid in the state of New Jersey? Because in this state, guessing can lead to some incredibly severe consequences. This isn't just about avoiding a minor inconvenience, right? It's really about protecting your livelihood. All right, here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Why status matters. 2. Online verification pathways. 3. Step-by-step MVC guide. 4. Fixing suspensions. 5. Maintaining status. And 6. A quick legal disclaimer. Section 1. Why license status matters. Basically, don't drive blind. Let's get right into the real-world stakes of ignoring your driving record in New Jersey. Straight from the statutes, quote, under NJSA 39-3-40, operating a motor vehicle with a suspended or revoked license carries severe penalties, including mandatory court appearances, substantial fines, annual insurance surcharges, and mandatory jail time for repeat offenses. So what does this all mean? The crucial takeaway here is that dealing with an invalid license is an absolute legal and financial nightmare. It is definitely not just a slap on the wrist. It can profoundly disrupt your entire life. Now, here is the absolute kicker. What's truly terrifying is this critical little detail. The state is literally not required to prove you physically received a suspension notice in the mail to convict you of driving while suspended. Let that sink in. If the MVC mailed it to the address they have on file and it got lost in the post, or maybe you moved and just forgot to update your license, the law still holds you accountable, no exceptions. This is exactly why proactive online monitoring is absolutely essential. You just cannot assume that no news is good news. Okay, moving on to Section 2, online pathways. Let's talk about how to verify your status. Thankfully, New Jersey does give us a few official digital routes, so you don't have to go waste your day waiting in line at a physical agency. Let's break down your options. You'll notice a pretty stark contrast in speed and cost here. You've got the online non-certified upload method, which gets you an immediate PDF for $15.85. Then there's the online certified method using a UIN. That one is a flat $15, but you do have to wait for that UIN to physically arrive in the mail. Now, if you just want to check for suspension holds, the Restoration Portal query is completely free and immediate. And finally, the traditional Oprah mail request takes multiple weeks, so we're going to skip that and just focus on the fast digital options today. Let's quickly compare those two main individual online pathways. The non-certified route is your absolute fastest option for immediate needs. Like, say you need to verify your status for a new job today. That's your go-to. The certified route via the MyMVC portal is fantastic for ongoing access. But again, it requires a security credential called a user ID number, or UIN, which has to be mailed to you first. Section 3, Step-by-Step MVC Guide. Here is exactly how to check online. All right, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to execute these checks online so you know what to expect. If you need your status right this very second, here is the non-certified upload method. First, you just navigate to the NJMVC Online Driver Record Request portal at njmvc.gov. Second, pop in your 15-digit driver's license number and your date of birth. Third, to satisfy their security protocols, you've got to upload a digital photo of a valid government ID, something like your passport or your current license. Fourth, you pay the $15 base fee plus a tiny 85-cent electronic processing fee charged by their vendor, Tyler Payment Services. So that's $15.85 total. Finally, the system immediately emails you a passcode-protected PDF of your 5-year driving history abstract. It's fast, it's secure, and it gives you instant peace of mind. Now, if you want that certified abstract instead, or you just want to set up ongoing access, you'll use the UIN method. Step 1. You request a user identification number online. Step 2, you have to wait for it to arrive via first-class mail. And I really need to pause and emphasize something absolutely critical here. The USPS is legally restricted from forwarding this UIN envelope. So, if you've moved and haven't updated your address with MVC, it will be returned as undeliverable. No way around it. Step 3, once it finally arrives, log into the MyMVC portal with your license number, that new UIN, and the last 4 digits of your social security number. Step 4, pay the $15 fee to securely download your certified abstract. Section 4, Fixing Suspensions. Let's troubleshoot some issues.
But, what if you actually pull your record and discover a problem? If you find a hold on your license, take a deep breath. You're not alone, and there is a very clear process to fix this. First, we really need to dispel the myth that only terrible, reckless driving causes suspensions. Just take a look at the most common traps. Yes, accumulating 12 or more MVC points in a year or getting a DWI is gonna suspend your license for sure. But so will something as incredibly simple as an unpaid parking ticket you just forgot about, or missing a court date, which they call a failure to appear. Unpaid MVC surcharges, or even just a brief lapse in your insurance coverage can also trigger a suspension. It is remarkably easy to trip a wire in the system if you aren't paying close attention.
So the most important thing to know comes down to this specific number, $100. If your license gets suspended for literally any reason, even if it was just a tiny unpaid parking ticket that you later paid off in full, you still must pay a mandatory $100 restoration fee to the MVC. Resolving the original ticket does not automatically fix your license. You still owe the state this fee. And that brings us to, honestly, the most dangerous misconception we've got to clear up today. You are legally permitted to drive only after receiving written notice from the MVC that your driving privilege has been fully restored. Let me just repeat that because it's that important. Paying a fine online does not instantly restore a suspended license. The MVC does not automatically restore your license when a suspension period ends. You have to file the actual paperwork, pay the fees, and then wait for their official written confirmation before you can get back behind the wheel. Luckily, there are exact, actionable solutions for clearing up a suspension. First, use that free restoration portal query online to see your exact holds. Second, you can just pay that $100 restoration fee right online. If you're suspended due to unpaid surcharges, you can get restored by paying a minimum of 5% of your current outstanding surcharge online. If you need to set up a payment plan, you can contact the Surcharge Administration directly at 609-454-2419. And if you have proof that you paid a court ticket but your license somehow still has a hold, you can actually email that proof directly to suspension.info@mvc.nj.gov to have them clear the hold so you can then pay a restoration fee. Section 5, Maintaining Status. How to stay on the road. Okay, so now that we know how to fix a problem, how do we prevent one in the first place? Let's summarize some best practices for maintaining a clean record. The absolute most important rule: always update your address with the MVC immediately when you move. Remember what we said earlier about the state not needing to prove you got the mail? Keeping your address current is literally the key to receiving critical UINs and suspension notices. Next, make a habit of periodically pulling a non-certified abstract, maybe just once a year, to check for any surprise points or issues. Never assume a paid ticket equals an automatic restoration. And finally, just set calendar reminders on your phone for your registration and license renewal dates. A little proactive planning goes a long way and prevents a ton of stress. Section 6, Legal Disclaimer. Just a quick important notice. As we all know, the landscape of New Jersey motor vehicle law, including the fees and those exact portal URLs, can and definitely does shift over time. So here is our necessary professional disclaimer. The information we presented today is derived directly from official sources and is perfectly accurate as of the last update, but it is always subject to change. Ultimately, it's your responsibility to verify your specific requirements, fees, and legal status directly with the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission or a licensed attorney. Which brings us right back to square one. Knowing the heavy legal and financial costs of just guessing, are you absolutely certain you are legal to drive right now? Seriously, don't leave it to chance. Use the steps we outlined today, log on to the MVC website, and go verify your status. It takes maybe 10 minutes, and it might just save you a massive headache down the line. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.